We have an alert in place, a nor'easter setting and starting in on the East Coast. The rough surf already pounding the Outer Banks. We take you from Rodanthe through Buxton, where we have all of these homes right along the immediate coast at risk of crumbling into the Atlantic. We're going to be watching them closely as the waves continue to pummel on in as well. I'm Kiana Lewis here in New York City at our Fox Weather headquarters. We have Fox Weather's meteorologist Jane Minar, who's out in the elements. She's reporting this from Ocean City, New Jersey. Jane, where you are right now, you're kind of in a good sweet spot because you're feeling those impacts, but we don't have the full blast of impacts heading your way, as that's going to be the case this time tomorrow.
24 hours from now, total different scene. It's actually been quite nice today. We had a couple passing showers, downpours that maybe lasted at most 1 to 2 minutes, but we've had kind of breaks of sunshine, cloud cover. It's been breezy. You can see our top wind gusts right now upwards of about 23 miles an hour. We're going to double that as we get into tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night with this nor'easter that is going to continue to develop and deepen as it lifts its way up to the north. So big storm, big picture. I mean, we've been following this story all week long on Fox Weather, and here we are watching it come together in real time. We're already watching the coastlines in North Carolina get battered. Here's that low. You can see the lines of pressure, right? So that center, that deepening center where we have that circle just offshore Jacksonville, that's going to continue to lift up to the north. See the tighter lines? That's what we call tight lines of equal pressure. That's where our strong winds are going to live. That's also where we're seeing the rain. And that's all pushing onshore. That's an easterly wind, cloud cover lifting up to the north, and that's where we're seeing the worst of the impacts right now. Spots like the Outer Banks, up through Virginia Beach, where we just checked in with Brandy Campbell. A lot of cloud cover, push of the surf. That is going to continue to worsen once we get into the high tide cycle. This story really is a lot about the coastal flood concerns, beach erosion. We could see dune breaches as far as the waves go, with wave heights that are upwards of 15 to 20 feet. Rain is definitely a concern on top of the fact that you're going to get coastal flooding with this storm. You are expecting to see communities that maybe could handle coastal flooding, but when you get 1 to 2 inches of rain on top of that, it's going to make it worse. Roads are going to be closed. I'm interested to see how the waves and the wind coincide, right? We could see some power outages with wind gusts that could be topping 50 to 60 miles an hour as we go through Monday. This is a prolonged event for the East Coast. It's going to stick around into the start of the new work week. Eventually, we'll see this nor'easter weaken and begin to pull away by about, say, Tuesday, Wednesday. But when you take a look at all of these areas, the Outer Banks, coastal Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, the Jersey Shore, and then even up into spots like Long Island, where we are expecting to see major flood stage due to coastal flooding, in some cases that we haven't seen in nearly a decade. You have to rival massive nor'easters or tropical systems, or even in this case, I mean, where I stand in Ocean City, New Jersey, a lot of the chatter is, of course, we just had Aaron throughout the summer. And then, of course, you think of Superstorm Sandy. I don't think it's going to get to Sandy category, but it is going to certainly rival what we've already seen this summer. Here we are by Sunday into Monday, and Kiana, this center of this storm sitting just offshore, wind gusts are going to be peaking, high tide. I think this is going to be a really rough look, and people are concerned about it, and they're taking the necessary precautions to make sure that themselves and their property is safe.
And it's super smart to do that because this season, in terms of hurricane and tropical systems, has been fairly quiet. So maybe some folks let their guard down. Here we are with the fall nor'easter, definitely bringing in the impacts well into next week. I think it's safe to say that you need to be prepared for this through the course of the weekend.